Hello everybody and welcome back to the Cave of Forlorn in Elden Ring. Today we're going to continue shopping, get our legendary talismans and our other legendary things. So, let's see what we already have. Alright, first one we gotta get is Marika's Sword Seal. So... Hey Toby, how's it going? Hope everything's going awesomely for you. Do you have anything, I hate to date the stream, but anything exciting happening for Easter weekend? I wish there was a better way of handling the knights. Wait, when did I get 172? Must be from all those bosses I killed the other day. Let me burn them. It's Danger Man. How's it going? Yeah, just trying to get these, platinums down. I'm gonna have to pull out Mimic and get them to fix the knights, because I would love to lure out the knights first, but they don't want to be lured out first. Let me try it from above. Yeah, so I'm killing time Depending on how much time we have after getting the legendary stuff done, I'm going to try and hit up Dragon Lord Plastax and Melkeith. See if there's a different way. It's actually not the avatar that's annoying. It's the knights. The knights are the annoying bit. Supposed to be a ladder or something? Maybe it's that way. It's actually... Hey, there's a royal revenant down there. Alright. You! Stupid knights. Stupid, handsome knights. Yeah, Mimic needs to increase its instat. I rushed back in even though I know that it was being rained on because Mimic was about to disappear. Alright. Oh, there's the ladder they must be talking about. I see. I was expecting it to go up, not like down. Hello, friends. Wow. So slappy. So very slappy. But you can survive the jump, so there's no real reason of going for that ladder. Yeah, there seems to be a few. It sucks because I don't really have a heal. Let me see here. I mean, a heal spell. Heal spells will kill them. Let's see how urgent heal does. so gross. I probably would have outrun it if I hadn't stopped for the rune, but I'm like, oh, it must be important. Gotta run, gotta run. Just sitting here making everybody mad. I really am gonna have to kill them all. Or kill a few of them. Being reckless, that is the casative Theomony way. Come here, Revenant. Come here. Yeah, you. party down here. I'm not running because I don't want to trigger the mimic disappearing. Damn it! I didn't even notice. That I was so low. Sacrificial twig. I didn't know those came off of those. Beast blood. Mimic, get out of the AoE, jeez. Marika's Sword Seal. This legendary talisman is an eye engraved with an Elden rune, said to be the seal of Queen Marika. Greatly raises mind, intelligence, faith, and arcane, but also increases damage taken by a similar measure. Solemn duty weighs upon the one beholden, not unlike a gnawing curse from which there is no deliverance. Moon of Noxtella. Old Lord's Talisman. Alright. Our next stop is back to Raya Lucaria. So my neighbors are doing things because it's finally 66 Fahrenheit, constantly. So that means all of my neighbors decided to go do yard work. You tricky, tricky guys at From Software. How many broken windows do we have? And there's like nothing else. So many broken windows. You'd think they would care more about their heating costs. Did you really get stuck on that? Yes, but heating costs. Huh. Cold Every time somebody makes that mention, I want to sing the line, but I don't want to get a C&D from the Walt Disney Corporation, so... You know what? I think this is why there's so many jars here. Because Radican's seal is right here. A legendary talisman depicting the Elden Lord Radagon shortens the casting time of sorceries and incantations. As the husband of Vernala of Caria, the red-haired Radagon studied sorcery, and as the husband of Queen Marika, he studied incantations. Thus did the hero aspire to be complete. That makes a lot more sense with regards to the great work and what we know that Radagon is Marika. Alright, the last one is in the Ashen Capital, and I'm not sure if that's open for me yet. Hey, Reborn. What's up? Same to you. We are shopping for trophies at the moment before picking up where we left off. So yes, we did unlock Melania's wound at the tower. Yep. Hey, Hunter. Yeah, I figured the Ashen Capital happens after Malkeith. So we're going to be doing Ashen Remains right now. So that means we're going to be doing a hero's grave. Let me see if the one I have tagged in Altus is the one we need. No, that's Gelmir. Yeah, I figured as much. It also hides Bolt of Granzac, so I made sure of picking that up. Sainted Heroes in Altus. That's in the center, I guess? Is it? Looks like it must be that. So, we're going on a field trip. It really was a matter of time before we started doing heroes' graves. Hey, Nostalgic, how's it going? You know, this must be better because it's probably above me. We are heading to the, what I think is the hero's grave in Altus. First go to 2, and then from there 1. Hope everybody's Friday has been excellent. And now we head over to 1. Today's plan is I just finished grabbing all of the legendary talismans available to me. There's one more, I think, in the Ashen Capital, and we have to beat Malkeith for that. Right now, we are heading to the Sainted Hero's Grave, because we're going to fill out our roster of legendaries. And then maybe we'll work on Dragon Lord Placidax. But right now I'm pathfinding. Can't seem to find the path to the grave. I'm pretty sure it's up there. Like, I'm pretty sure this is it, but I'm trying to figure out my way up. Maybe you have to come from all the way around. Yeah, let's start up again then from Windmill Village and go south. Head this way. I love how everybody calls it Midsummer Village, and then it's like... Fire's deadly sin. Like, I think it's over there. We're going to the sainted grave. Incantation originating from a deeply ominous prophecy. Sets both the caster and the surrounding area ablaze with raging flames. The caster's body will remain engulfed in flame for a while, burning them and any who draw near. Charging enhances potency. The prophet despaired, looking up at the Erd-tree. For soon the kindling would burst into flame, bringing ruin. The burning of the Erd-tree is the first cardinal sin. It is not the domain of mere men. And we've done it. We've done that thing. So this is what we're looking at. But what we're trying to get to was over here at 2. Because then we'll be able to turn. You dummies. So it's back out and take a left. No, I've not been there. I'm trying to get there. Pathfinding. No title card? Nothing? Alright, so this is the 2. And then let's put another one down here. We'll get there. The 2 is just so that I know where to turn. Alright, there's the hero's grave. And then the church should be here. Sword crop. The routing of the ancient dragons, Godwyn the Golden fought to the last, entering the earning the friendship of the dread Fortisax. Would you, please? This was important lore I could have had ages ago. The routing of the ancient dragons, Godwyn the Golden fought to the last, earning the friendship of the dread Fortisax. So why would Fortisax want them all dead? Yes, I fought Fortisax. Fortisax is dead. DED. We killed him when we finished Fia's quest. But why would Fortisax want the dragons dead? Unless Fortisax was our seed. Dragonbolt Blessing. Superior incantation of the capital's ancient dragon cult. So there was a cult of ancient dragon worship is here too. Summons lightning to bolster the caster's body. Attacks become easier to deflect, and resistance to all ailments is increased. However, lightning damage negation will be reduced. Only those loved by dragons can survive the ordeal of cladding their bodies in lightning. Interesting. That there would be 2 dragon cults. Sorry, I had to look at what that goat was doing. Ooh. Dagger once belonging to one of the assassins who murdered Godwyn the Golden on the night of the Black Knives. A ritual performed on the oddly misshapen blade imbued it with the power of the stolen Rune of Death. Unleash the power of the Rune of Death to fire off a blade-like projectile. In addition to dealing immediate damage, the blade reduces the enemy's maximum HP and continues to wear down HP for a while. 18 faith. Huh. I still want the Black Knife outfit. Why can't I have the Black Knight outfit? Shadow bathes in light and knows weakness. Huh. Crimson Seed Talisman. The Air Tree was once perfect and eternal. Thus, it was believed the Air Tree's seeds could not exist. I am terrible at puzzles. Well, is it black knives again? Do I have to pull out the torch? I wonder if I have any crystal darts. Look at him running away. He's like, you can't see me. It only works when there's somebody by them, I guess. Yeah, yeah. I mean, scions do mean children, but it also means the grafted part of a person. I mean, a grafted part of a tree. So, it's puns all the way down. Like, the grafted part of a tree is called a scion. Yeah, the localizers had some fun doing some puns. Lindell soldier ashes. Ashen Remains, in which spirits yet dwell, used to summon the spirits of 2 Lindell soldiers. The spirits of soldiers, each equipped with spear and great shield. The soldiers of Lindell fight their battles defensively. During the Shattering, they were the ramparts that fortified the royal capital. Even though I knew it was coming, still made me jump. How many of them are there? There's Gelmir, there's First Step, there's this one, so I've seen 3 of them. I assume there's one for each. Hero's Grave, just bigger, more complicated catacombs. And also chariots. This is the first one I've done. Alright, so that just brings us back. I'm trying to decide whether it's worth hot-footing it around him. But is there levers in Heroes' Graves, or do I have to beat him? Yes, I could lead him back to the lake, but I wanted to know if there was a lever I had to hit first. Okay, Pate, jeez. Alright, let's go. You coming? Alright. What a lovely boy doing his pathfinding like that, I know, right? Me too, actually. But when I saw him running, I was like, okay, he's gonna catch up. I'm gonna head back up and burn the runes before I go for the boss. Which is going to be annoying because I'm going to have to do all this again, but... It's a good question. It's probably actually supposed to be mending. You're mending yourself with the runes that you've collected from other people. To become whole. Alright, let's go. Let's see if we can't just run right through. Oh, that's good. You only have to light them up once, it looks like. Or maybe not. Oh good, a steak of Marika. Actually, oh yes, because then I don't have to do that again. Alright. Ancient Dragon Knight Kristoff. I was expecting worse because the Zamor guys are a lot worse in Giants mountaintops. Plus, this build does not do well against Frostbite. Yeah, I was expecting one of those guys, the Zamor guys from Mountaintops. Yes, you can. Somebody did it on Twitter, Toby. Legendary Ashen Remains. Used to summon the spirit of Kristoff, the ancient dragon knight. Spirit of Kristoff, an honorable knight of Lindell, who was also a devout worshipper of the ancient dragons. His skills strike down foes with thunderbolts, the dragon's weapon of choice. After the first defense of Lindell, Kristoff earned the hero's honor of Erdtree Burial for the feat of capturing Godefroy the Grafted. Wonder if he was still alive when they buried him. Let's see here. Lutel the Headless we have. Right, okay. I know exactly where that was because I died a few times trying to get to that treasure chest, not knowing what it was. Yeah, because then they could just die. Everything in the lands between isn't dead, because death is not a thing, because Marika got rid of death. Which bodes poorly for her desire to, enact the great work, because part of the great work is dying and decaying. Well, I don't know. I don't have that bit to know what the air tree is thinking, other than basically considering it a Shadow Tower Abyss reference. And there's the trophy for Ashen Remains. Makes sense that it's Finley who's the last one. Oh, brave, loyal Finley. Legendary Ashen Remains used to summon the spirit of Cleanrot Knight Finley. Finley was one of the few survivors of the Battle of Aeonia, who in an unimaginable act of heroism carried the slumbering demigod Melania all the way back to the Haligtree. She managed the feat alone, fending off all manner of foes along the way. The fan art with Finley and Melania is A++. Yeah, I think all the minor air trees. No, because there's lore that directly contradicts that. All the minor air trees are saplings of. Well, like, listen. Finley had to pick up Melania right about here, then carry her sleeping behind, arm and all, through here, all the way up through here, had to get the Grand Leftodectus, go all the way up through, walk through the Forbidden Lands, do this stupid puzzle, and then come up here. And Cleanrot Knight Finley has her own rot to worry about. And she's falling apart anyway, so, like, it's pretty unimaginable. It's crazy. It's crazy amounts of dedication for Finley. Finley's amazing. Finley's the best. I ship it. It's good. So we have sorceries and incantations to do, but since we're talking about Moog, let's head to Moog. We have to change our physic, which, meh. Put that there just in case. If there's DLC, then yeah. I'm pretty sure it'll be about Michaela. Boy, is that not worth killing them. Interesting that a Newman rune would be there. They're all carrying roses. That's funny. Precious item, but meh. Jerk. This skybox is my favorite thing in this whole game. Look at all those albinarics. Oh, good. Okay. I thought it would be a lot further because of what that was named for. Yeah, apparently he's still weak to bleed. And a couple other things. Alright, let's start working on it. What's that smell?
Dearest Mikola, you must abide alone a while. Welcome, honored guest, to the birthplace of our dynasty.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again, but the voice actor for Mog is the same voice actor for Tichi Gren in Dark Souls 2. Also,
Is mine and mine alone.
yeah, so the voice actor for Moog is the same voice actor for Tichi Gren, which is hilarious considering they're both all about blood. Double side note, this voice actor is also the guy slapping the desk in Chernobyl. Ah, gosh darn it. Ow. I hate spears! But let's get it done! Yeah, so typecasting. Dude just likes blood, I guess. It was early. Listen, Moog. Blood showers are gross. Really? You know, Moog, Michaela is at least your half-brother. Just saying. I know Gurm loves his Targaryen-ness, but you, sir, are not a Targaryen. So I guess during Nihil I need to get damage down on him. Nihil! Much better. But very messy. Yeah, it was bad.
Mine and mine alone.
But jump attacks are much better now. And added 200 damage.
Is mine and mine alone.
Damn it. Trying to stay away from damage. You know, Moog, I should be the one doing this.
Is mine and mine alone.
Well, it's not just a cocoon, it's a womb, Hunter. It's cut out from a womb. Like, in the Haligtree, Michaela's nest is inside of a wooden person at the point of being a womb. So, gestating. Well, Michaela is watering the tree. So, not that Michaela is the seed, but Michaela is supposed to be watering the tree. But Mohg apparently cut them out of the womb, which is a bit grotesque to talk about. Damn it, I was late.
Is mine and mine alone.
Oh, I can. Okay. Yeah, alone I do really substantial damage to him, so...
Is mine and mine alone.
Damn it.
Is mine.
That was a very good first half. Yeah, it still heals him. I wonder if I should put on Melania's rune. It really should have more iflames.
Is mine and mine alone.
I mean, I accept that it's a high aggressive, high vulnerability, like high risk, high reward kind of move, but it should have more iframes. Damn it.
Is mine and mine alone. Is mine and mine alone.
I think the Crucible is actually just Marika. Because Crucibles are kind of what they call people undergoing the great work in creating gold from lead. Like, I think it's just Marika's. Damn it. Yeah, Mo's delays are really tricky. Because they are not at the same time between movements. And those claws, I have no idea how I'm supposed to iframe through them.
Is mine and mine alone.
Space Souls. That's literally Echo Night Beyond. I mean, Souls in space. Like, you're not playing a soul like a Souls game, but you are helping souls in space. Haha, ha. So early, all the time, with that overhead. How was I not getting the visceral? Moog! I'm mad now. Yeah, Targaryen motto is fire and blood.
Is mine and mine alone.
Yeah, Morgott is the center. It even says as much in the rune description. freaking had him. I had to back off and I couldn't get back close to him. Listen, Toby, this sword has carried me. I'll tell you. Souls, how's it going? Whew. Listen, y'all, people talk about Bloodhound's step, but listen, finesse is real good. Hey, thanks, Fresh. Great to see everybody about. Okay, not what I wanted. Whew. I literally held my breath there at the last moment because I'm like, it's time to either do it or die. Alright, so what did we pick up? Yeah, he's a damage check. Or at least to stem, like a stagger check. There was a part of me that wanted to put like a stone barb on my physic for extra stagger potential. Alright, so key items is over here. The Great Rune of the Shardbearer Mohg. devoid of any benediction. Seek the divine tower of East Altus, which stands beyond the Great Bridge from Lindell's eastern ward. And remembrance should be a consumable. Remembrance of Mohg, Lord of Blood, hewn into the Erd-tree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the finger reader. Alternatively, it can be used to gain a great bounty of runes. Wishing to raise Miquella to full godhood, Mohg wished to become his consort, taking the role of monarch. But no matter how much of his bloody bedchamber he tried to share, he received no response from the young Empyrean. Yeah. That's, yeah. Mohg was a bit problematic, as they so say. I'm actually trying to figure out whether if this is from the Haligtree or not. Is this the bed? Oh, wait, you know what? That's a pelvis. That's a pelvis! Well, first of all, this is a pelvis. One big pelvis. Mohg is canceled. Oh man, I want to... I don't know if I can look closer. I'm trying to decide whether this ring... Let me... I got a torch. Gosh darn it, Miquella! I mean, yeah, it's definitely a wedding ring, but the design is interesting. Is it... Are they barbs, or are they... Is it snakes? Ah, Miquella, stop it! Stop going transparent, please. Character, why are you... I'm trying to look at your ring, Miquella. Jesus. Are they barbs, or... snakes? It's definitely woven. And it is definitely a wedding ring of a sort. And that's a pelvis. I mean, it could be a Celtic knot. I hate that I'm putting away the torch. It's definitely a bunch of like cross knots. Could be roots, could be barbs. I say barbs because of all the sin stuff going on. Though, first of all, the one thing I wanted to say about the cocoon is that there are people turning into cocoons in Lindell. Is that a function of Mohg coming in and tearing Miquella out of the tree? Or is that just something they're doing in Lindell? There are people turning into cocoons. You can see it in the inner wall. Moog, you do know. Elphael. That's what I mean. Sorry I misspoke. Elphael. They're turning into cocoons. I don't know what purpose that serves. But yeah, this is definitely a cocoon that you would find in Elphael. And then, I don't know if the pelvis comes from here or it comes from the Haligtree. I'm about to go back to the Haligtree just to see. Pests becoming butterflies. Indeed. Maybe that's what the pests are trying to become. Interwall. Over here. The pests worship Melania because she has blossomed into a butterfly. Like they all want to be. I'm actually pretty certain that pelvis comes from here. For those who don't know what I'm getting at, let me back up a bit. Toby actually pointed this out. I pointed out that that's a person because you can see the face up by the face up by the west on the compass, followed by shoulders mostly towards you, the chest facing, I don't know, what, north, south? And then as you go down, you can see where it was torn out. That's my question. Who is this person? And from here, I'm pretty sure, because the textures match, that the pelvis comes from here. This is a good argument for Trina not being Michaela. Yeah, there's definitely markings behind there. And eyes are occluded. Trina. The puns, they go all the way down. Yeah, they're definitely on purpose hiding eyes here too. And if you travel down, you would see where the womb is, where the pelvis would have been, and the big womb-like place where Michaela would have been. Indeed, Michaela planted this tree essentially as a competitor to the Air Tree. It's my speculation, and I guess a few others. It's speculation that Michaela tried everything to get rid of the rot. Demigods couldn't do it, according to Gowry. And according to Gowry, I think he says that the rot was from the outer gods, essentially. Not like explicitly, but implicitly. And that even the demigods couldn't cure it, but Michaela, gosh darn it, will try. Michaela was extremely smart. Built the brace around the Haligtree, the prostheses, and all of that. But Michaela had a problem. Michaela was always going to be a child. And everything he tried did not work to get rid of the rot. So he put himself here. Melania, meanwhile, is supposed to be here watching her brother. You know, that could be true. Because if Radigan is Marika, considering how intelligent Miquella was, what if Miquella was yes, I like that, Hunter. If we want to go crazy, let's go crazy. If Radigan is Marika, then Miquella is Trina, and Trina was giving birth to himself and making himself a new body because he was beforehand always going to be a child. An adult in a child's body sucks. But somehow, Mohg, obsessed with Miquella, tears Miquella out of Trina for his own ends. Yes, and exactly, Toby, if it works for Miquella, if Miquella thought it would work when he awoke from his cocoon, which did not happen because Mohg basically aborted him, he would have done it for Melania. Mohg aborted Miquella, ruining it for everyone because he watched single white female one too many times. Oh my gosh, that reference is probably over all of your heads. My brother in Christ's, my sisters in Christ's, my friends in Christ's, I am 38. So I remember the 80s. And that's why there's so much ambiguity of whether Trina is Miquella or vice versa. We are only thinking on the basest of planes there. Miquella is Trina. All right. On that breakthrough. Let's go see what's It's hard to know whether Renala's rebirth was even working right. Because if you follow Bach's quest all the way to the end, Bach gets what he wants. He gets a new body. But he is basically lobotomized. Listen, Hunter, I like it. I'm digging it. I'm all for it. Yeah, it really ties a lot of things together, especially with the spiritual conjoined twins all over the shop. Yeah. But like, if you follow Bach's quest to the end, Bach gets a new body, but he's essentially lobotomized, like I said. And he dies. It doesn't hold, it kills him. The only reason why it works for us is because we're tarnished, and Bach is not tarnished.
Don't worry, my dear. I'll see it to the end with you, if it please.
And he is the best. So we did not read any of the stuff we could get. So I guess let's do that. Just to refresh everybody's memory. Remembrance of Melania, goddess wrought hewn into the air tree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the finger reader. Alternatively, it can be used to gain a great bounty of runes. Michaela and Melania are both the children of a single god. As such, they are both Empyreans, but suffered afflictions from birth. One was cursed with eternal childhood, Michaela, and the other harbored the rot within. Hand of Melania. Blade built into Melania's prosthetic arm, though through consecration, it is resistant to rot. Melania's war prostheses symbolized her victories. Some claim to have seen wings when the weapon was raised aloft, wings of fierce determination that have never known defeat. Scarlet Aeonia, target of Melania, the goddess of rot, creates a gigantic flower that blooms into an explosion of scarlet rot. Each time the scarlet flower blooms, Melania's rot advances. It has bloomed twice already. With the third bloom, she will become a true goddess. And that's the bloom that starts off the cinematic in Phase 2. For Mohg, we've already read that. So his sacred spear says Trident of Mohg, Lord of Blood. A sacred spear that will come to symbolize his dynasty. As well as serving as a weapon, it is an instrument of communication with an outer god who bestows power upon accursed blood. The Mother of Truth desires a wound. Raise the sacred spear and pierce the body of the formless mother. Stab up to 3 times, creating explosions of blood with each thrust. This skill will coat the armament with blood flame for a while. And yes, the formless mother is probably an outer god. But they are also called the Mother of Truth. In Egyptian thought, truth is called Mat. M apostrophe T, or transliterated into English as M-A apostrophe A-T. Mat. There's no vowels in Egyptian, so hence the 2 spellings. Anyway, right, exactly, Toby. Like that in English transliteration. So that is what truth is in Egyptian. It is a ontological, formless thing that governs everything within Egyptian mythos. Side note, when you go into the underworld for the first time as a dead person, your heart is weighed against a Mot feather, a truth feather. If your heart weighs more than the feather, then you are thrown to a lake of fire where a crocodile will eat you up for eternity. See also the magma worm. If your heart is lighter than a feather, and granted, this is where that saying comes from. If this heart is lighter than a feather, then you are granted entry into the underworld. Put that out there. Blood Boon, sacred incantation of Mohg, Lord of Blood. Thrust arm into the body of the formless mother, then scatter the blood flame to set the area ablaze. I'm sure we can probably figure out what part of the body that is. This incantation can be cast while in motion. The Mother of Truth craves wounds. When Mohg stood before her deep underground, his accursed blood erupted with fire, and he was besotted with the defilement that he was born into. So the tree person is the mother of truth, huh? Huh. The Mother of Truth was going to birth Michaela anew? I mean, Trina does work, and Trina could still be the vision of the Mother of Truth. Something to think about, I guess. Because when Mohg stood before her, deep underground, in Elphael, in front of the roots to the Haligtree. Well, like, if the Uld tree is from space, then the Haligtree probably is too. When Mohg stood before her deep underground of Elphael, in front of the roots of the Haligtree, his accursed blood erupted with fire, and he was besotted define, in sudden, ardorous love. That's what that means. They didn't use that word, not on purpose. He was in love, passionately, desirously, in lust, with the defilement that he was born into. They didn't use that word not on purpose. Besotted is very loaded. It's a very loaded word. Yeah, let's go check the other blood spells. By the way, this is the Regal Omen Bairn, which basically lets the cat out of the bag that Murgot and Mohg are both of the golden lineage. Omen babies born of royalty do not have their horns excised, but are instead kept underground, unbeknownst to anyone, imprisoned for eternity. The other idea, considering this definition, is that Mohg, because we do find him underground in another place. Maybe he came across the Three Fingers, and the Three Fingers gave him audience to the Formless Mother. That's something else we have to keep in mind, that it could also be. Because that was also deep underground. But the fact that they used the word besotted, that's a very heavy word. That is used between lovers, mostly. But we have to keep in mind that's also a possibility. Star Scourge. That's not a blood spell, but it is a Kingsfield spell. Let's see. Fortisax. Firewall. I mean, Burn O Flame. Yeah, it could be. It's definitely a decoy, because you don't beat the real one up until just now. But considering it is gold, it could be a Morgott illusion. All right. Let's see where all the. Oh, hey, we've got champion attire. Let's see here. Wow, this armor's really snazzy. Yeah, Loretta's real cool. Melania's winged helm. Yeah, especially in a world that just hated the Albinarics, she decided to try to help them. It's good stuff. Melania awaited Michaela at the foot of the husk. My brother will keep his promise. He possesses the wisdom, the allure of a god. He is the most fearsome Empyrean of all. That is another bit of things in common with what we've been talking about. Yeah, I'd love Miquella DLC. Like, it seems like Miquella is the linchpin of what's going on. Alright, I'm gonna buy her and Loretta's armor. The dress of a luminary, capital letter L, the reigning lord and hierarch, which is a very specific word, of the coming dynasty of Mohgwyn, or perhaps of a raving lunatic. Hierarch, by the way, was one of the words we considered for the retranslation of Necron in Kingsfield 2. To replace Church King. Okay, I need to duplicate all those remembrances, at least Melania's, so that I can grab both things. So let's look for the rest of our blood incantations. We have Briars of Punishment, which, interestingly enough, is at the same level as the gravity spells, which we do know comes from the Outer Gods. An aberrant sorcery discovered by exiled criminals. Theirs are the sorceries most reviled by the Academy. Wounds the caster with thorns of sin, sending a trail of blood thorns running over the ground to impale enemies from below. This sorcery can be cast repeatedly. The guilty, your eyes gouged by thorns, lived in eternal darkness. Because what else is the eternal darkness? The cosmos. There they discovered the blood star wormwood. The blood star is wormwood, and indeed abyssal, because the abyss is space, and space is the cosmos. Shadow Tower Abyss made us ready for this game, I swear. Shadow Tower Queensfield should be this game's actual name. Incants. Let's see if there's any blood incants. I'm going to break up my first lore video. My first lore video is going to be on Book of Revelations. There's a couple of different pillars, and so the pillars I want to do are going to be a couple of different videos. And the first pillar is going to be its strands of relating back to the Book of Revelation. Which I wish I had done sooner, because, like, this weekend is Easter, and what better thing to talk about on Easter than, you know, the Book of Revelations. Anyway, Bloodflame Talons. A blood oath incantation granted by the Lord of Blood creates blood flame lacerations before the caster, which explode in an instant. This incantation can be cast repeatedly. After dealing damage, blood flame continues to build up onset of blood loss for a very short time. Bloodflame Blade, a blood oath incantation granted by the Lord of Blood, aka Mohgwyn. And if you look behind there on the scrap of paper that it sits on, you can see the trident of Mohg. Engulfs armaments held in the right hand with blood flame. This incantation can be cast while in motion. After dealing damage, blood flame continues to build up onset of blood loss for a short time. Yeah, so the first thing is going to be Revelations. The second thing is probably going to be Hermeticism and its role in this game. And then I think the other pillar is probably going to be about twins, which is where we'll probably talk about Melania and Michaela and Trina and all that. These are stuff I've just been sketching out. Flame cleanse me. Fire against blood curses. And by the way, if you look real close, it has the symbol for the crystal tier you have to use against Mohg. So some implications and some hints, but nothing super crazy. Unless I know I'm missing some, so. Also, Enya is low-key the best NPC. Enya really is the best NPC. Oh, butt slam lore? I do have it, hold on. Where is butt slam? There it is. This Ash of War grants an armament, the heavy affinity, and the following skill. Jump up high into the air and crash down on the ground ahead. The resulting pratfall sends a powerful shockwave in all directions. The word pratfall is usually for comedy. Hijinks and pratfalls. Okay. I need to hit up a couple mausoleums because I'm gonna duplicate Melania so I can get both things at once. Oh yeah, I saw that video too. It is Leave it to From. Leave it to From. Where is Uld again? I forgot. So has Gold Mask moved? Does anyone know? Or does Gold Mask move after Malkeith? Okay, so I have to beat Malkeith to move Gold Mask. Sounds good. That's about what I expected. By the way, if you want a good joke, the Formless Mother is a mother. And there's a greater will in this game, right? So in Armored Core 4, there is a very large turtle-like mechanical turtle base called, you guessed it, Mother Will. Armored Core 6 is next, y'all. It's coming. It's coming. It's happening. Spirit of Mother Will, let's do it. No, not that. This. I like Gold Mask. Why can't I just duplicate every one of them? Chimney Cricket. But it is interesting that these specific 4 can be duplicated here. What do you guys think? Should I duplicate the dragon or should I duplicate Fire Giant? Gold Mask is chill. Dragon. Giant. I'm thinking dragon. What do you guys think? Too late. There should be another one, right? There's another one of these mausoleums here. No. Placid Axe is kind of next. Kind of. And that's if I do it today or later on today. Mostly because I think I have to go make some dinner. Isn't there another mausoleum wandering around? By the way, if we want some... I forget there's lots of lore on these, like, bits here. So let's take a quick look at Miquella's lily. A delicate water lily of unalloyed gold that has started to fade and wilt. A flower signifying faith in the Haligtree, thought to be beloved by the Imperium Miquella in his youth. Trina's lily, which is right next to him, a light purple water lily that is on the verge of wilting. It's essentially the same stupid flower. Exceedingly rare to find. Faith in St. Trina. Rather than this being faith in Miquella, it's faith in the Haligtree rather than Miquella, which is interesting. But this is faith in Trina. But it also dulls the senses. So nobody's a right narrator for talking about Trina because nobody's ever really in their right mind by them. Have I done this one? Or did I just knock it down? I don't remember anymore. Still only the same 4. I see. I'll do giant this time. Alright. We need to go to East Atlas and then I think we'll wrap up. East Atlas. I'm pretty sure I've got... That's West Atlas. East Atlas. Interesting that they share the same tower. Morgott and Moog. Which means they shared the same 2 fingers. Even Moog's rune is like a creepazoid. A great rune of the Shardbearer Moog. Its blessing grants a blessing of blood to summon phantoms, and imparts a phantom great rune upon successful invasions. Moog and Morgott are twin brothers, and their great runes are naturally similar. Like, they're almost the same. Except Morgott is a straight line, and Mohg is a creepy thing inside the circle, denoting pregnancy. Mohg and Morgott are twin brothers, and their great runes are naturally similar, but Mohg's rune is soaked in accursed blood, from his devout love for the wretched mire that he was born into, far below the earth. Well, you know what? Melania's not rotting. Kind of. Melania's... Let me just show this real quick. Melania's is made of butterflies. You have to look real close, but I've got like a 43-inch plasma screen, so I can see it. It's butterflies. Where it is supposedly, quote, rotting, those are very tiny butterflies. Okay, here is the crazy thing that I've been kind of tinkering about, and I mentioned this earlier in the Discord. The great work, as talked about by Hermetics since maybe the Middle Ages, and kind of more codified by the Golden Order, by the Golden Dawn in the Victorian Age with Hermeticism and stuff like that. The whole idea is that you are becoming something else. You are becoming more whole. But step one is putrefaction. You die and rot. That is step one of the great work of becoming something more. Step two is purification. So after you putrefy... Yeah, exactly. The proliferation of microbes. I think I mentioned this earlier, that when you become a corpse, you become a host to a whole new ecosystem almost immediately. Like, there's an ecosystem on you right now, but it's not to the extent of when you are dead. So you putrefy, and that's step one. Your step two is purification. And then step three is like the completion of the great work, of the magnum opus. Melania, unfortunately, can be associated with spring and Persephone in a very roundabout way. Because spring is kind of about the rotting of what didn't rot away with autumn. Autumn leaves falling on the ground, they freeze up for the winter, but when spring comes along and it becomes warm again for the first time, everything begins to rot. But at the same time, things grow again. Very quickly, by the way. Daffodils are already out in my house. And all of the carpet greenery has already sprouted, like, very quickly. It's like in an inch or two a day. Like, I wake up and they're, like, sprouting even more. And so life is happening at the very same time things are rotting away. Melania is basically stuck in step 1 and 2. Melania is basically Persephone, but she's stuck at 1 and 2. She didn't complete the great work, and therefore I could assume Marika thought of her as a failure. And when Marika thought of Melania and Michaela as failures because they didn't do what she wanted them to do with regards to how she saw what the great work was supposed to be, they pieced out. So yeah, like, Melania's great rune, butterflies. Transformation. Very specific Catholic definition for butterflies too. So yeah. That's about the runes. And I think this will wrap up. We're at 3 hours, 5 minutes. This will wrap up for me today. I know Hunter is going to stream, so I encourage you to join Hunter for their stream. I'll probably pop over. And I will see you guys next time on Elden Ring. I don't have anything to like keep me from procrastinating at fighting Placidax. Hooray! Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye!